Hiya, this is LindaLee, and welcome back to my channel. We're going to do a little bit of coffee dyeing. It's not going to be a long video, but I want to just get this done. What I'm trying to do is figure out my angles in my kitchen and pull up what I can on Facebook. Let me see if I can find us, or at least me, because it's just me right now. Here I am. Okay. What I can on Facebook. Let me see if I can. Yay. Or at least me, because it's just... All right. So let me see. Just trying to figure out the camera angle here, so you can kind of hopefully see most of what I'm doing. All right, so here we are. Hi. I don't know if this is going to be the best angle to kind of do this moving forward, but this is what we're going to work with today. So I'm really just going to do some coffee dyeing. For a lot of you, this is just kind of, oh, let's see how she does it, because you already do it. Or maybe it's, well, I've never done that before. So I gotta turn on the oven. I usually heat my oven at like 250 degrees or so. And I wear gloves only because coffee stains, of course, but I don't want it to stain my hands. So I kind of just put on, I have craft gloves. Well, actually I've got these at the Dollar Tree, and I just try and protect myself a little bit from getting all stained. So yesterday we pulled all kinds of papers that I'm going to put in this little journal that I'm working on. And so I'm going to dip these into a coffee bath. I have a coffee bath right here. This is today's leftover coffee. And what I normally do is I put instant coffee in it as well. I'm not sure where my camera actually is, so forgive me for kind of searching around. So basically I just use leftover coffee, and I do kind of sprinkle instant coffee grounds into the water so that it's a little more intense. Let me just get like a fork or something. So this is my coffee bath, and we're going to dip paper into it, and then I just put it on coffee or cookie sheets, and then let it dry in my oven. Now I was going to probably do some avocado as well, but I'll probably just do that off camera. One thing I wanted to show you, I thought it was kind of funny actually, is this is my avocado water that I kind of prepared a couple of days ago. But make sure you put something on the cap. Can you see my little yuck face? That way nobody drinks it by accident. All right. So I have a black towel on the counter. It was probably not the best color to use, maybe, I don't know. But it's the one I use for all my crafting. It used to be my hair dye towel, but I really haven't dyed my hair in a while, so I might as well put it to some good use. But all I really do is dip the paper in the water, and then put the paper on a coffee sheet or a cookie sheet and put it in the oven. Now, a lot of times I do use shoot, parchment paper. But I haven't pulled parchment paper out, at least for this little session. We'll see how it goes, if I really need it or not. These are Dollar Tree cookie sheets, and I only use them for this. And as far as how long I leave the paper in the oven, really just until it's dry, or at least almost dry. It might be a minute or 2 minutes. But you want to really keep an eye on it because you can burn your paper. That's for sure. I've never really burnt anything, but there's always a first time. Okay. So now we wait, and then we'll do the next batch in a couple moments. And that's really all there is to it. It's not any kind of crazy science project or anything. It's just a matter of taking time. So I thought maybe I would do another project at the same time, but I really just want to get this done first, and then can always do something different again later. So the papers and stuff that I pulled out yesterday, I have the same exact pile. The only thing I don't have is the copy paper. Well, it's right here, it's just not in the stack. So let me go ahead and check. Yeah, I think I'm going to use some parchment paper. What the parchment paper does is it kind of keeps the wet coffee paper off the metal surface of the cookie sheet, and I think it allows it to dry a little better, because I'm not sure how well it's going to dry stuck flat to that cookie sheet. So what are you guys working on today? I went to the store earlier just to pick up a few basics. My guy just called. He thinks we should pick up some more basics just in case there's a shortage, but I don't know. The only thing that there's still really a shortage on right now, from what I've seen, is toilet paper and... Okay. So here's one of the pieces of paper. It's almost dry. So maybe I don't need the parchment paper. I don't know. It might be happening almost too fast though. And then this paper. And this paper. So then I usually just kind of set it aside and move on to the next batch. Use some ledger paper. I've kind of abandoned my mom. She's doing her little puzzles across the way. The kitchen is usually her domain in the afternoons after our story. when she turned off Dr. Oz. So, oh well. It's all the COVID-19 and how these lunatics are taking fish parasite medicine, thinking it's going to help them. So as you can tell, I'm not really soaking the paper. I'm not looking for a big, heavy dye job. I just want the coffee stain. And what I actually do sometimes too is just use like a little spray bottle, you know, and I can add additional watermarks on the paper if I want to. I'll do this one without, see how it goes. So the good news is I'm coughing less today. How about you guys? How you feeling? Everybody taking care of themselves and each other? Okay, so here it is with the parchment paper underneath. See, it's not drying as fast with the paper, so maybe I'll just leave it on the metal itself. The good thing about using the parchment paper though is later you'll have the parchment paper for, you know, to insert in the book or do project with it as well. So it's just a little assembly line, dipping paper, pulling it out. Here is the paper again from the first few that were in the oven. So you can kind of see they've got a little bit of color. Actually, they still feel a little damp, but it all dries. You smell the burn, Ma? I dropped the hot pat in the bottom of it just like you did that one time. And it touched the bottom element. So So another nice side effect of doing the coffee dyeing and putting it in the oven is the crinkly feel of the paper. At least I like it. So this is almost dry, but it'll dry just sitting. So since my guy is almost done with work, he's going to get out early today. I'm not going to get as much paper done as I wanted to. Ouch. Some people put the oven a little hotter. You just got to keep an eye on it. No matter what you do, you can't walk away. So I don't know, I'm doing this recording. I don't know if it's going to be a keeper or not. I got to kind of take a look at it afterwards and see if it's really showing what I want it to show. And being that I'm not going to get this completely done and do it again, I just might do an additional recording. I think the one that I did yesterday, I started it like 4 times before I got kind of what I wanted started and what I wanted to say. But hopefully I'm in frame. Like I said, not doing this as a live, it's kind of weird. It's awkward in a way. Nice thing is the house smells like coffee. Smell it, Mom?
Yeah.
So that's the process, kids. It's just a lot of repetition over and over and over. So now I'm getting into the graph paper. Some of the graph paper that you work with, you'll find that the ink blurs. The ones that is kind of brightly colored, the bright blue, that ink definitely runs all over the place. Near enough dry yet. Sometimes I use bigger cookie sheets too, but it takes a lot longer, and this is actually a little quicker, so. Okay. See my little burnish marks? Not really burn marks, just where the coffee's like puddled. And then as I use up the liquid, then I just add a little more water and a little more instant coffee. I don't know, I wish I had you guys on live. Oh, next time. It's lonely talking to myself without any kind of real feedback. Usually on the live there's like comments, Mom, and I can see people saying different things and asking questions, and the way I'm recording right now there's nobody there. It's just me really truly talking to myself. Almost done with the graph paper. So I wonder what kind of things Bob wants to buy. Do he thinks are going to be short-handed on? I don't know, one of our friends said they saw somebody, or not somebody, but like tanks on a train, thinking that we're going to go to martial law. Some states have already done that, where they're being law enforced, but I don't think Florida's going to come to that. Ma, when he gets here, I'm probably going to just have to wrap this up real quick and kind of leave a little bit of it on the counter. You all right with that?
I guess.
I won't mess with your ducks. And this envelope does have a sticky strip. I'm just going to kind of go around it. Now sometimes when you do envelopes, you might have to re-glue them. We'll see how it goes. See, it's going fairly quickly though. They're not 100% dry. A lot of them that I'm taking out, the darker part is still damp, but when you just set it in a pile, it's loose enough that air still gets in there and it's warm, and they dry. Everybody's got their own school of thought or way of doing it. This is just mine, how I do it. Maybe if I angle it just a little more, you might be able to see the stove. Let's see. Let's see. This is weird. Should I tell them a story? Alrighty. Let's try some of this neon paper. starting to run out of fluids. What do you think of the silent treatment? It's kind of weird, isn't it? It's super weird for me. Yeah. Knowing that it's recording and nothing's being recorded sound-wise, yeah. So this did tone down a little bit. The neon paper. The 80s day glow colors. And then a lot of times what I'll do, depending on how crazy wrinkly they get, sometimes I'll lay them flat, put something on top of them so that they're not quite as wrinkly. But I like the wrinkles. I like what the water does to the paper. We're getting through this paper pretty quick. So by the time I'm done with this, not only will my paper be all dyed, but it'll be for the most part all dried too. don't know, this one's pretty boring video. That's all the colored stuff. These are the paper placemats from that restaurant. See how they turn out. I have a feeling I'm going to do a little bit of spraying, which I will show you after. It'll be in another video. I really need to add more water to this, but I really don't want to because Bob's going to be here any minute. And he's going to burst in like a hurricane. And we're going to end up going shopping. Working up a sweat?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna let you go though, peeps. That's about as exciting as coffee dyeing gets. So I will see you in the next video. Be safe, take care.